Sing a song, America. Sing a song if you can. Sing, you who were, and in many cases today, the oppressors of the human beings that you threw into the belly of cargo ships. Naked, many of them, chained together, lying in their own feces, and lying in their own urine, and even more inhumanely, the women laying in their bodily waste. Sing a song, America. Sing a song if you can. Sing a song about liberty and justice for all. Sing a song if you can. As it was stated by an R&B rock artist, pop singer, Michael Jackson, who in the end found out that he was singing a song, but he was only being like their private singer and dancer. And he wrote the song, Look Into the Mirror. Man in the mirror. So I say today, much to maybe the offense of many, but I'm not of any illusion that this podcast is heard by many, but maybe just a few. And if none at all, at least I would have the satisfaction of saying that when America looks in the mirror, there are two images, but the images are the same. They're the images of how you could be so inhumane to your fellow man that you considered only 3/4 of a human being, and how you could treat them in such an inhumane way. That's what both people see when they look in the mirror. One looks in the mirror and they see the sadness, the pain of what was done to their ancestors. But nevertheless, they march on, hoping that one day, victory would be ours. That's what I see, and what other descendants of the slaves see. But now to our captors, our oppressors, slave owner, and now even the descendants that still have their DNA inside of them. What do you see when you look in the mirror? I venture to see that you see the same people who came over that sea, that Atlantic Ocean, in the belly of a ship. Once they were drilled and forced on show, and to be sorted out in Cuba and Haiti and other islands, and sent to their final destination, that they were not treated any more humanely, but they were treated less than they treated their other livestock. They, meaning the slave owners, the masters. And the DNA from the masters, like it or not, is still in the DNA of the descendants of the slave masters, as it is with the DNA still inside of the descendants of the slaves. Now, I say from this point on, if this sharing moment is offensive, then please, by all means, turn it off. Turn it off. This is your warning, your final warning. Turn it off. Because the substance of this short message is going to be very uncomfortable to some. Well, maybe to all. Because everyone, it seems, in this republic is now trying to stick their heads in the dirt and to try and avoid the inevitable, logical, rational reasoning that is it possible to have equality in a segregated nation? Yes, segregated. I said it, and it's true. Because here we have segregation, racism, and survival of the fittest, the superiority complex, and those who feel downtrodden and unworthy are all been meshed together in this pot of stew. And it's not coming out very tasty at all. It's either too salty, it's too peppery hot, or it have the type of vegetation that is not pleasing to the palate of some. But this stew is not going to be palatable and enjoyable by all in this experimentation that is called democracy. And this piece of paper that is really the pleasurizing of other, if you will, documents or constitutions or autocratic statements or manifestos of those cruel leaders around the world. but it's not going to come out very tasty, and the end is not going to be to the good of everyone. It's just not going to happen. No matter how much we pray for this experiment called democracy to be a good thing, and maybe it would have been a good thing if it were not geared to the empowerment of some over others. But suffice it to say, it is now baked in. Once you put the ingredients in the bread, even when there's leaven in the bread, and you who have studied the Judeo-Christian Bible, you know what it says about leaven, or, if you will, baking powder to make the dough rise. It rises, but sometimes you want flatbread. Well, once you put the leaven in, or your baking powder in, you can never take it back out. It's blended in. And that's what's happened to this society. Racism is blended in. And if I may just give you a word that may explain why there is no unity, why there is no brotherly love, it's because, first of all, we didn't create ourselves. We have a creator. And even those who live in this dimension, on this planet, in this galaxy, as a part of this whole universe created by Ave Uve, the first and the beginning of all things, our Creator, the Most High. There is no agreement on our basic existence. There are so many different religions, dogma, doctrines, but no one can agree on the source of everything that there is. You may think because of your belief and the belief of those whom you worship with that that's widely accepted by everyone, but it is not. Matter of fact, to some, you're considered infidels. To others, you're just considered plain foolish. But you have no carte blanche on religious beliefs around the world. And it's shrinking America. It's shrinking America every day because of the actions of this nation as seen by the rest of the world. But look at this. Consider this from me to you. You know, as I read the book of books, and I have, and I do, I see where we are hindered from loving our Creator. And our souls, not just our minds, our bodies, but our souls shall be perturbed, disturbed, upset, as they make mention of our Creator, the Most High, the great I Am, the Alpha and the Omega. Shall I say that again? We are hindered from loving God because our souls are perturbed as they may mention or hear from others about God, their God. Well, your God is not my God, some would argue. Your way is not